Hello people, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Aviral and in this video we will going to discuss about how to do length matching in LTM Designer. So if you are designing a high speed PCB or a PCB where you are using a clock signal more than like in a gigahertz range, then you have to length match the track or data signals as per the clock or vice versa. So here I have divided this whole tutorial into three sections as you can see on screen. In the first section I will give you a small introduction of the board that we're going to use for demonstration. In the second section we will understand why we basically do length matching, and in the last section we will do the length matching using the two method. The first one is the manual method and the another one is using the LTM designer tool for length matching. So let's start with the first section. As you can see on screen, the first section is introduction of demo board. So let's open the LTM designer, and here you can see I'm using this board to demonstrate the length matching, and I already did the length matching for many tracks as you can see. So these are the data tracks, and if I will click over any track, you will see the length here. It is 52.6 mm, right? If I will click over another track, you can see it is 53.6 mm again, right? So it's almost same with a difference of 1, right? Like I did for all these tracks, right? So this board is basically a MIPI DSI board, breakout board. We are using this board to connect the display with the processor board. And if I press 3, you can see these are two FPC connectors, and on this end I will connect the display, on this end I will connect the processor, right? So these are basically high speed tracks, and they can go up to 1.2 gigahertz range. So I have to design this board very carefully using by considering all the factors like length, and there should not be any skew, uh, or you can say the time delay between the clock and data signals, right? So before going further, let's discuss what is skew or the timing delay. So I just want to show you an image here. Yeah, this one. So here, let's suppose output 1 is clock and output 2 is data, right? And because of lower length of clock, we received at the processor side, we received the clock rising edge before the data, right? Because of its lower length, and there is a delay between the rising edge of clock and the rising edge of data, and that delay is skew. And the major factor which affect the skew is obviously the length, and there are few more factor which can affect the skew, that we will discuss like in another video, because here we are discussing everything about length matching. So this skew can be lagging or advancing. Either the clock length will be less or the data length will be lesser, right? So yeah, so this is why we basically use length matching for high speed tracks. So now we can go for the another section, which is how we can do the length matching in LTM designer. So as I told you, we will use two methods. One is the manual and another is we will use LTM designer tool for length matching. So let's start with the length matching. I just removed everything, every differential track from the board, so we can like better understand from the scratch. So firstly what we will do, we will just route the differential connections like we do for like normal boards. So from there I just selected the interactive differential pair routing, left click, just click over, left click over any differential pair. So it will be like automatically selected because you already defined the differential pair class. And here you can see there is a cross connection between the track. So what I will do, I will just drop it here and select a interactive routing. I will route this one. like this. Then I have to switch the layer. So for that, what I will do to avoid the like, because these are differential tracks and we have to follow the coupling, right? So I'm not just I have to just copy a via from here. So I'm not like decoupling these tracks more than the threshold length. So you have to just place the via as close as possible, right? Now I will change the layer and will place another via, control V, like this. Now I will again change the layer and just put the track as close as possible, and like this. So we have routed our first differential connection. Similarly, we will route the another connection, which is this one. Again, select the interactive differential routing and route them like we did for the previous one. So again, we have to select the interactive routing and connect any of the connection we want. You have to switch the layer, control V, place the via, change the layer by pressing L, again place the via like this. Again we have to change the layer to top and try to place it with the, so it can be like differential again, like this. So now we will go for the length check. So let's select any track. I'm just going to select the clock, and you can see its length is 44.2 mm, right? And another is 51.2. So that is single-ended. We have to just length match the single-ended track. That I will tell you how we can do that. And let's check the data length. So you can see its maximum length is, the clock's maximum length is 51 mm. If I select any data track, you can say its length is 39 mm. So there is a huge difference of 20 mm between the clock and data, and because of that there will be like few picosecond of delay, as you can see here, right? So what we will do, so let's start with the manual coupling, manual length matching. So for manual length matching, what we will do, we'll just adjust the grid to 0.5 mm and just remove this much of section, and from here we will start the length matching. So what we will do, we'll just do the length matching, then we will check the length again manually and see is it solving our purpose or not, or I mean it is equal to clock length or not. Okay, so now just select this one, it is 42 and the clock's maximum length is 51, so we have to go for 51. So what we will do, we'll again one more serpentine. So we call this section serpentine. So I'm going to add one more. So I'm doing it like really quick. You guys can do it better if you want. So let's select the first track. Now it is 44 and 48, we have to add another one. So let's remove this much section and add one more serpentine. Here we go. We have to, yeah, adjust a bit. Now again check the length. So see, this is how you have to adjust the length, right? So as you can see, one track of this differential pair is coupled, right? So similarly, another is you have to, so one track is coupled, you have to do the single-ended length matching for this one. So in this section, I'm just pressing Ctrl Z. Yeah. So in this section, you can see one track is 51 mm, right? And another track is 46 mm. And where it is basically, why it is, its length is less here, because in this section, this one track is, this one track has this bottom layer extra, extra length, right? So we have to add the length in this section only, right? So this is a kind of rule you have to remember. Like whenever you have to add the single-ended length, you have to add it closer to where it is lagging, right? So here we have to add the length in this section. I mean, manually it is, I don't know how people do it before. It's kind of really difficult. I'm just changing the grid so I can route it really fine. Right. So let's see, now it is 59 and another track is 51, so it is almost closer, right? So you can add one more serpentine here for single ended, and or closer to this point here, so it will be like exactly same, right? Now I will tell you how you can go for the Altium Designer length matching tool. So you can see I did really bad manual length matching because of like we have to adjust the length matching, and obviously like you guys can spend more time here. So like without wasting time, we'll just move forward to the Altium Designer length matching tool. So here in this section, you have to just left click and select the interactive differential pair length tuning. Just left click on this one and then press tab. Now we have to edit the properties here. So just let's make it 1 mm, so it will be really fine, and just change the step size. So what is the step size? Step size are basically how it is turning the wire. So these are the steps, right? So it will take 10 mil of step minimum, right? Now we have another section which is space. So space is this one, and this is the step for space, right? And you can add tolerances here that we don't need to like fill here. So just change these things, like by default it is 5 mm, which is really big amplitude. So just make it 1 mm, right? Now just enable this section, left click. Now press tab again, and here, so by default it is from rule, right? Just left click over manual, and our target length is 51 mm, right? So we already checked for clock, it is 51 mm, right? So we will fill the target length here and just click over pause and drag it like this. And after it will reach the 50 closer to 51 mm, it will stop. Now you have to left click again. That's it. So you can compare the serpentine as I did manually and using the Altium Designer tool. Still, you have to add the single-ended tuning. So you can see one track is 46 mm and another track is closer to 51 mm, right? So what I will do, I will left click here again and select the interactive length tuning. And as I told you, we have to do the length tuning closer to the length mismatch, right? So I will select this much section. So just select this section, left click. Now I'm just going to, yeah, it's 51 mm, and from here I will just going to select the rounded. Left click on this one, enable. It's not going like I want, yeah, like this, right? And just increase this thing, yeah, like this. So you can see now both the tracks, if you select this one, it is 51 mm, and if you select another one, it is 50.6, right? So these both tracks are closer to our length, required length, right? Similarly we will do for this section. So just I just want to show you, like, this section is closer to this one, so you have to reduce the amplitude again. So left click, and left click over, right click here, left click over interactive differential pair tuning, click here, drag it, tab, length is here, and just change the amplitude to let's say 0.8 mm. It's not working, you have to just reduce it again. So I'm just going for 0.7. Let's increase the height little bit. So again we have to go for the, because rounded, this radius will be like, it needed more area, so let's go to the metered line again, and here we go. It does work. So if I'll select the first track, it is 50.6 mm. If I select the another track, it is 46. So now here we have to do the single-ended length tuning. So I can't do here because of, like, because its length is not enough. So I will choose this section, and here we go. Like this, right? So similarly you can do the tuning for this track also, right? So here are these two methods. One is manual like you can see here, and another one is the Altium Designer tool, which will just route and tune the length of your high speed tracks like very easily, and you can exactly match the length of your track.